The man trying to find salvation looked for the group of survivors, only to find out that everyone that was around this area was turned into a zombie. The zombies bomb rush him and quickly make the attempt to bite him. Luckily, the man barely escapes as his motorcycle is quick enough to get him out of the situation. But as he is distracted, he forgets to keep his eyes on the road and crashes the bike. The zombies closing in on him. The man desperately needs to grab his pet cat first and then attempts to get back on the bike once again. However, the bike malfunctioned, forcing him to try to flee on foot as the zombies got closer and closer. The man reaches the dock, crossing a windowed door and stopping them momentarily. But the zombies kept pushing, persistent on biting the man. The man tries to get the last door opened with his keys, but in a panic takes too long. Finally, the zombies break the glass. And the man escapes just in time. He finally got to his boat, but the man is surprised to find out that scavengers stole his boat and every other boat in the docks, leaving the man stranded. So, comment if you want to see more and subscribe.
This woman comes home and there's a big problem, because as she walks out of the bathroom, she is surprised to find a crowd full of smiling people. She was really confused because today wasn't her birthday, and the strangers creepily stared at her smiling. The woman freaked out and crawled away, but for every step she took, the creepy smiles followed right after. She froze. Then she looked back, seeking to find an exit. But as she turned, the smiley crowd got an inch closer. Because if you look away, you die. So she makes slow movements while making sure she does not look away. And just when she's ready, she makes a run for her life. But the smileys quickly chased after. The woman looks back and sees the abomination of the creepy smileys. And as she makes it to the other room, she is cut off by even more creepy smiling people. She was surrounded, coming from every direction. She didn't know where to look or where to go. She takes a few steps back, but the smiley creatures were relentless. Then, she makes one final attempt to get the heck out of there. However, she is quickly captured by the creatures and began getting tossed around like a play toy. The crowd overwhelmed her and fed off of her life force. Then, this man makes dinner with his lovely wife. But all of a sudden, gets a surprise visit from his best friend. The friend had come to give him a surprise gift. What a nice fella. Then he quickly leaves. However, when the man starts opening the gift, things take a dark turn. The gift was simply a box, but the box seemed to be an infinite black hole from the inside. He threw in a pencil, but the pencil was never to be seen again. But the gift wrapper came with a letter explaining the situation. His friend said he is sorry and that he had to pass it on to someone. He explains that the thing cannot move while you are watching it, and do not take your eyes off of it. Suddenly the pencil came rolling back. And when he takes a look at the box, there is a sussy man peeking out the box. Astounded by what they've seen, he tries to call back his friend, but he doesn't pick up. The man in the box stared at the man, waiting for the opportunity to bounce. The man suggests to go talk to his friend, but the woman tells him that they can't leave and look away. The two wonder what would happen if they looked away. So for just a split second, they take their eyes off the box. And once they look back, they see that the man in the box now has his fingers creeping out of the box. The couple had to do something, so the man leaves his wife staring at the box while he goes out to look for his friend to find some answers. His friend finally picks up, and the man tells him he's on his way. He tells him not to worry because his wife is watching the box. However, the man freaks out.
You have to keep your eyes on it.
I know, Rachel's watching it.
No, Ben, you! God damn it, I gave it to you! You have to keep your eyes on it!
Outraged, because the box was passed down to him, he is the one who's supposed to keep watch. The man, realizing his mistake, heads back to the house. But he is shocked to find the house dark and empty. He looks around everywhere calling for his wife. He finally hears her voice coming from the basement.
What's up?
Where's the box?
But something seemed off. The man goes down to investigate and turns on the light. Then he spots something in the bathroom and is freaked out. He runs away back to the stairs. But at this moment, when he looks upstairs, he sees the shadow people, and on the other side, he sees the man in the box, now outside of the box. The man knew he was cooked, and the box man proceeded towards him. This woman looks out her window and is surprised to see a strange man with a bag in his head, staring at her. Suddenly, her phone rings. Her dad was calling. The woman tells her father about the creepy strange man staring at her. But the father did not sound surprised to hear this. No. Instead, he firmly gives her instructions. He tells her that whatever you do not look away from the man. The father tells her he will be home in a few minutes and then hangs up. Suddenly, her brother comes into the room. She tells him to lock all the doors in the house, but the brother, curious, takes a look at the window too, and they both see the creepy man. She explains that they cannot look away from the man. She tells him that she will go lock the doors of the house and that they should be fine as long as one of them keeps an eye on him. But shortly after she looked away, the man had moved. The brother could still see him on the grass, but for her, he appeared to be on the bedroom now. The woman puts a tape on the man's eyes, hoping that it will blind the man and allow her to look away. But the moment she took her eyes off him, the creepy figure attacks. And as she was being attacked, the brother is forced to turn around and defend her sister. They get into a brawl, and the situation resets. Finally, the father arrives and reveals the true way of killing these creatures. He points a mirror reflecting onto the creature, and it quickly disappears. However, there is still another one roaming around because the brother was forced to turn away from the one that he was looking outside the window. And that's because